And with that, welcome to my review of the Creel house. The Stranger Things Creel house, the second big set, second big entry in the Stranger Things Lego lineup, right? If you don't count the briquettes, and for the purposes of this, we don't. There was the Upside Down, which is the set you see behind me, and now this released for the finale of Season 5, the final season of Stranger Things. The set was designed, according to Brickset, by Adam Grabowski, but I don't think that's true. I think Adam Grabowski only designed, well, only, this little van. I think the actual designer of the set is Mike Siaki, who did other cool stuff. For example, this Aston Martin DB5, for example. If you have seen the advent calendar here on Only Rents, you may have seen that. And then a set that used to be in the background of one of my videos, but of all of my videos actually. But since it's not actually mine, and I am not that crazy about it. This is the Tranquil Garden. It's my girlfriend's set. It has now been relocated, right? But it's also a Mike Siaki set. The Stranger Things Creel house was released on January 1st. If you were up on midnight, which New Year's Eve you may have been actually, and gotten on lego.com in time, you could have also gotten this exclusive GWP, right? Gives you Joyce and Hopper. They are not in this set. So if you want these, then I think this is now really expensive on the aftermarket, but might be your only option. That said, Joyce and Hopper are both in the Upside Down as well. Different versions of them, of course. But if you just want the minifigs and you already have the Upside Down, then technically you already have a Joyce and a Hopper. If you are interested in a review on that, put it in the comments, tell me about it. And while you're down there, and if you liked the intro, maybe consider subscribing. It takes a long time to make these things. Good. This set, the Creel house, comes with 2,593 pieces and retails for $299.99 in American dollars, $279.99 in euros, and $249.99 in British pounds. So you do pay a premium in American dollars. However, I think that's probably still because of the tariffs. If not, and you know otherwise, let me know. Front of the box looks like that. Let's look at the top of the box, and that already shows us that we're getting 13 minifigs in this set, some of which we have never gotten before. We'll talk through them when we take a closer look at the actual minifigs. This is just the side of Creel house, and then the other side shows us the gang right over here. However, Max is not on here, which is a shame, right? And then the bottom, it's not that interesting. And the back side, I mean, the set, just like the first one, has a trick up its sleeve. You can transform it by pulling it apart. We'll take a close look at it. It has an open back. I think this mechanism would not have worked otherwise. And you get two vehicles with this set. One is the aforementioned van, the WSQK, the Squawk van, radio van, and then you get Steve's BMW as well. This house, Creel house, is a real place. It exists in real life. Here's a picture of it. Here's what it actually looks like. And I think the Lego designers captured the look of the house really well. It is my understanding that they actually were able to go there, that Mike Siakis and his team went there and took a closer look at it. And I think it looks really, really good. I just like it as a house. I would have liked this just as a modular building for a city, right? Maybe take off all of these brown wooden planks in front of the windows and make it look nice. I think that would have worked just as fine. But as a Stranger Things set, obviously it has a trick up its sleeve. I think we talked enough about the box. It's time to crack it open. Inside you find 22 paper bags. In my case, your mileage may vary, as well as 3 instruction manuals. 2 lighter ones, right, for the vehicles, and then 1 big chunky one for the actual build. You also find 2 sticker sheets. One is basically just for the van, but the other, yeah, for the main set, and it does include a fair number of stickers. Some of them, we'll talk about them when we get to the build, some of them are fine, others are borderline unacceptable, I feel like. Especially when, we'll talk about the telephone in a second, but that really got me going. I found that very annoying. So yeah, you do have a lot of stickers, which at this price point, yeah, doesn't really fly. I don't see why that was necessary, and I feel like we need to stop this. This needs to stop. We need to move away from this, especially when you also take into consideration, and we'll talk about that when we get to the minifigs, the quality of the printing on them, or the lack thereof, the lack of printing whatsoever at all, kind of concerning. I'm not happy with this at all. I just think that's not okay. And I don't think we should accept that. I would not have bought this set if it wasn't for the exclusive GWP, which in and of itself is a problem, right? Basically, the set is only really worth it at MSRP if you buy it right away. Lots of people did. This sold out immediately, especially the exclusive GWP. The set itself obviously then went on back order, so really hard to get. I've seen various videos of my fellow YouTube colleagues with them going to a store and having 30, 50, 60 people in line and not enough houses for everyone, right? So that is concerning in many, many ways. Good. I think we talked enough about the things that surrounded this set. Let's actually have a look at it. And here it is. It's really cool. I really like the way it looks. It just is a good looking Lego set from the outside before we even touch it, just like this. I love it. I love the color. I love the color scheme. The blue, the white, the black, they all create this house and just a truthful representation of the house. I feel like this is really what it looks like, and it looks really good. Obviously, you came here to see its one party trick, so I think we should do that right away. The house can do this. And that's pretty cool. And yes, it does go back together, just like this. The mechanism inside, kind of ingenious. Partially we've seen stuff like this in the most recent MTT in last year's Summer Wave. Here's a clip of what the mechanism for the revolving door inside looked like at the beginning of the construction process, right? Have a look at this and then I'll show it to you from this side as well. This is pretty much the way the MTT was able to roll out the droid carrier inside, right? Take a closer look at well, I mean, it's Henry, right? We can call him Mr. What's-It if you want, but it's Henry. And if we pull the set apart, he transforms into Vecna, which is really cool. I like that a lot. And I like the entire mechanism, I have to say. The fact that it just goes back together just like that every single time you play with it is kind of cool. And also the individual components fold over, out, up, one after the other is really good looking. If we just pull very slightly, we can see that for the first step, we have this tree going down as well as this part of the roof and a room on the first floor rotating a little bit. If we then pull it a little further, we already can tell that the second tree is going down as well as the roof going up. Then you have one of the walls falling. And if you pull even further, you have this part also rotating on a little angle. It is really, really cool. One more time in full and faster. Kind of awesome. I like it a lot, especially have a closer look at the center, the revelation of this grandfather clock, which is obviously a big part of the show. That's very well done. I like that a lot. I think that even though this is not in the show per se, right, it is something that's just a good idea for a Stranger Things Lego set, because you can really tell that if you know the show and you're familiar with Vecna's mind layer, right, it also kind of sort of looks like that with parts of the house floating. We have lots of sticker elements representing that as well, but we'll get there when we get there. If we have a closer look at the instruction manual before we look at details of the set, the first couple pages give us a nice little write-up, both for the show as well as the Lego set. The first two pages give you this little map of Hawkins as well as a little write-up about Stranger Things in general. Then on pages 3 and 4, you find different versions of the house you can technically display. As I said, you can take off all of these brown wooden planks and have the house look really nice and proper, or you have them on, or you display it in its upside down mind layer positioning. Rest of this page focuses more on Creel House and its interior, and then you find a nice little timeline on the next couple pages, reminding you, if you only have seen the show once, that's probably handy to know what happened when and how everything ties together. And then the Lego Icons design team give us a little insight into their design process, their prototypes, how they ended up with a model like this with such a cool function. And finally, friends don't lie, focus on the group of friends who Stranger Things is about, ultimately. I don't like that they always leave out Max from these images, right? That's just the original 4+11, but it is the way it is. At least Max's minifig is kind of okay. We'll get there. Good. The other two instruction manuals very light. One gives you Steve and his BMW, and one gives you the Squawk, Van, and Jonathan. Let's have a closer look at the inside of the house, as well as several of the rooms it comes with. Down here we have a living room. Unfortunately, it is empty and will remain empty. If you have seen the show, you know that at a crucial point you have a lot of kids sitting around this table. You cannot recreate this here. First of all, not enough space. Second of all, you don't have the minifigs. None of them are included in the set. But overall, it's not that interesting a room. The next room on the first floor is the entrance area. And yes, that actually has a really good print as well as a really dumb sticker. You can see the window in the door with the rose. Yes, that is painted. And then there's a telephone with a sticker on a 1x2 cheese slope. I'm pretty sure there is a 1x2 cheese slope, or at least a slope with a telephone print on it they could have used there. I don't know why this was necessary. It's not even a really good looking sticker. It's not very reminiscent of the time period. It's just a very random telephone sticker, right? I don't get it. And then there's a little lamp in there. There are many lamps, different kinds of lamps with different kinds of lamp shades in this set. All of them look really cool. One room over, we find a living room area with a little couch, a sofa, right? There's another lamp. And then there's another sticker element on this 2x2 light tan tile, and it reads Local Teens Rescue Principal from Tragic Tumble. I think, I haven't seen the stage show, but I think it's alluding to the stage adaptation of Stranger Things. One room up, we find a bedroom, probably Holly's bedroom, right? The one she uses to change into her Alice in Wonderland outfit. There are two sticker elements on here. One is of the Mind Flayer. Don't really know how that got there. And then I have seen the 5th season of Stranger Things. It's a book about spiders, I presume something that Henry read when he was young. I cannot remember actually having seen that in the show though. There's also this little glass jar, which is probably an allusion to when he collected spiders. I like the lamp in there. And then there's another sticker element on the wall. It's a picture of the seaside and a seagull. Don't really get that either, but that's okay. Next to that room is the transformation area, and they managed to put two stickers on one element. Isn't that fantastic? If you turn it around, you have the upside down, the Mind Layer landscape, right? And it's just a normal wallpaper on the normal life, real world version of it. One room over on the same floor is another bedroom. Maybe this is Holly's bedroom. The other one had a chest, and I thought she had a chest in there where she found her outfit. However, this one has Henry's hat, Mr. What's-Its hat. This room has a total of 4 sticker elements, which in and of itself is kind of crazy. There's a painting on the wall with a couple of teacups above a fireplace. Then at the bottom of the bed, I think you find a couple of books. One of them has a white rabbit on a 2x2 yellow tile on there. Again, a sticker. And then there's 2 stickers used for wall elements for just the wallpaper. And then another one that also has a mirror on it. I would have liked to see a brick-built mirror, obviously. Rest of the room is very nice. This pink radio, pink bedding. I like the lamp again very much. And then there's this ski pole, this golden ski pole, which here represents a fire poker, which if you have seen the show, Holly uses at some point. That's the first floor, and then we can move up to the attic. First room in there is very much a young Henry room, right? Lots of candles, a radio, and a really big black spider. Another lamp on there, which I also like. But other than that, there's not much going on. Luckily, no stickers over there. Cannot be said of the other room in the attic, which has, I think, Max's cassette tape. Because, yeah, this set kind of mixes both seasons 4 and 5 of Stranger Things. So you find Max's cassette tape, probably Kate Bush, right? As well as this lantern. And then there is a sticker element representing a drawing, the drawing Max did in season 4 when she talked to Lucas about going to the cinema. I think just before she went into a coma. And then there's the classic Lego cardboard box up there as well. That's basically it for the rooms in the normal version. So I think it's once again time to look at this version of the house. You see the grandfather clock, we already talked about that. That looks really cool. And you can already see just over here, there's another second element representing the mind layer. All of these stickers are in a red color scheme and they represent different parts we see in Vecna's mind layer. Down below it, there's another one a little bit bigger. I took you a picture that gives us a nice view of the staircase, which is also represented in Vecna's mind flare. I think Max runs up it at some point when she's trying to find a portal. And speaking of a portal, there is a sticker element that has that portal on it as well. If I can find it, yes I can, just up here. And I think it shows us the graveyard that Vecna took possession of Max once before the entire attic and coma thing happened. One final one is just underneath down here, and it's another landscape of the mind layer. That is basically everything about the build, all of the stickers. I still think it looks nice. Obviously you can't see any of the stickers from this perspective, and once you open it, you really have to look for them, and it still looks cool. It's just a lot of them, and that's really unfortunate. I would also have liked to see something more on the porch, right? Because that looks very empty right now. Obviously, you can populate it with the minifigs, and then it does look a lot better. Speaking of minifigs, let's look at them one by one. Start with my personal favorite. Yes, you've guessed it. It's Steve the Hare Harrington. And I have mixed feelings about this hairpiece. I will concede it looks better in person than I expected it. In my humble opinion, it still looks too much like Conan O'Brien and not enough like Steve Harrington. Rest of the figure, no leg printing, and that will go for pretty much every single figure in this set. I do like the torso though. It does remind me of Steve in the show. He comes with his little torch. A lot of them are. And the face print is nice. And I like that he comes with a second expression. I like both of them equally well. That's Steve. Let's talk about Jonathan next. And here we need to talk about false advertising, unfortunately. Look at the arms. There's no arm printing. However, the instruction manual does mention arm printing. It does show a depiction of Jonathan with arm printing. I think this is the same torso that is now also being used for Ron Weasley, and I think that figure has arm printing as well, and I don't like this at all. Again, no leg printing, which is really a shame. The Hobbit hair I'm kind of mixed on. It's okay, I guess. He does have weird looking hair in general. He also does not have a second expression, which I really do not like. But he also comes with one of those flashlights, so there's that. Nancy next, and I really do like her hair. I think that's really good. I like the printing on the torso. I hate that there's no arm printing. I hate that there is no leg printing. She comes with this radio. I would have liked to see her with weapons, right? And maybe in a different outfit, more towards the end of season 5. And she does come with a second expression, which I like. However, it doesn't really make up for the lack of the rest of the printing for all of the minifigs. One of them, and that's 11, has dual molded legs, so at least there's that, but I really think they didn't have another choice with her outfit in the show. If you've seen the show, the first outfit she wears for like half the season is this, and I mean, it looks atrocious on the minifig. It looks atrocious in real life as well. She comes with a drink, which is okay, I guess. Doesn't have any printing on it though. There's no arm printing, there's no leg printing. She does have a second expression though. I do like her hair. If I'm not super mistaken, I think this is a new piece. That's 11. Then Lucas, he comes with a boombox, which is nice. So now he can always play Kate Bush at full volume, right, wherever he goes. He has the coolest, or one of the coolest torsos in this set. The WSQK, the Squawk hoodie or long sleeve. He comes with a different kind of flashlight, as well as a second expression on the back of its head. No arm printing, no leg printing, really disappointing. That's Lucas, and next up is Mike Wheeler. He comes with a set of binoculars as well as his own black flashlight. I really like the print on the torso. I think this is really well done. I don't really mind the absence of printing on the arms here. However, I would have loved to see leg printing, and then he also has an alternative expression. And to me, he looks as much as Mike Wheeler as he could in minifig form. Remember, one of his most prominent features is obviously his nose, but minifigs don't have noses, so they couldn't have put that on there. I mean, they could have, but it would have looked odd. I really like Will for one particular reason. One, he comes with his own bike, which is really cool. And then he has a flashlight as well. I do like the torso. Okay, this college jacket. I'm okay with no arm printing on this one. I'm not okay with no leg printing. And he kind of sort of makes up for it with his secondary expression. I do like the sorcerer's eyes, right? He is no longer Vecna's vessel, but now he is a player in the space, in the hive mind. I do like these eyes a lot. I think this looks really cool. Next up is Max with a radio and in her dream outfit, right? In real life, she spends most of the season in a coma, but we do see her in the Vecna dream world that he set up for the children as well as Max. And she does look a lot like this minifig. I think the torso is really good. I really like the hair. I do like her expression. I think she should have leg printing, but she also comes with a second expression. That's something. Doesn't make up for it though. Dustin is up next. I really like the first Dustin, the one we had in the Upside Down set, right? And this one, at least he has the same head hair combination piece, just to recolor this time. Also comes with a flashlight, and he, yes, okay, I concede, he has the coolest torso in this set, the Hellfire Club. Yeah, always wanted that. I think this is really cool. I'm okay with no arm printing on this one. I would have loved to see leg printing. I would have loved to see a little jacket for him, right? Because he wears a jacket in much of the season. I am not super stoked about his face print, and I mean neither one. I really liked the toothless grin they gave him in the Upside Down set. This one just doesn't super scream Maiden Gadarazzo to me, personally. I still like him okay. I wish he had leg printing, but you can't have everything. Next up is Robin, and while I do like the shape of the hair, I think this is the wrong color. I think this is way too red. I think she should be much more blonde. I ordered a couple new hair pieces for her in blonde, in different blonde tones. Maybe we find the perfect match for this minifig. If you're interested in seeing what I do to them, I plan to upgrade all of them. Subscribe to the channel. She comes with headphones as well as a key. Well, it's a brick. She uses a brick as a key to smash in the rose window, which we talked about earlier, so the gang can enter it. No leg printing, of course, unfortunately. The torso is okay. I would say it's uninspired. She does have a secondary expression. None of them really scream Robin to me. They look okay. It looks good enough, I'd say. One more down here. The other two we already saw. This is Holly Wheeler, right? Mike's and Nancy's little sister, who did not really play a big role in the first 4 seasons of Stranger Things, but then was, I think it was twins that played her, and they didn't really want to play the role anymore, so they recast it. Good choice, by the way. Excellent actress, excellent female actor for that role. And the outfit they put this minifig in is pretty much spot on. I like her little scepter, I like the skirt piece, I like the hair a lot, I like the cape. I'm not going to complain about a lack of printing on this one. She actually even does, you can take off the cape obviously, and then on the back she has a print which you never see if you leave her cape on, but is also very detailed and really good. I wish they would put this amount of care into all of the figs all of the time. She does have a secondary expression as well. That's all of the good guy minifigs, but then we have 2 bad guy minifigs as well. I put them in here already. One of them is Henry, Mr. What's It. This hairpiece has a new Lego color, which is nice, that looks good. However, yeah, it's really apparent that he's lacking both arm printing and leg printing. I'm not a big fan. He comes with a little timepiece, which is nice. I like the print with the glasses on his face, right? Unfortunately, he does not have a secondary expression though. Parts of this minifig are solid, color choice, the design of the suit itself is fine, but lack of printing. And then to the main event, here is Vecna. And believe it or not, they went all out on this minifig, the most important one, which is good. So not only does Vecna have leg printing, not only does he have feet printing, he also has arm printing, back of head printing, and a really nice back print. Plus he comes with a new, all new element, right, for his hand. If you have seen the show, Vecna can like grow parts of his body. He's very wooden in this version. I don't know why Lego decided to make him red though. He's this dark red base color, and Yeah, I think if they made him brown, the print would not have popped as much, probably. Or since when they did this set, when they started planning it and putting the gears in motion within Lego, obviously they only had concept art. And I could imagine that since the mind layer is so red, they only had preliminary pictures of Vecna where there was a lot of red light, and maybe in there he appeared red. That is my only explanation for that. Good. Vecna, really strong minifig. I like this one a lot. I have lied to you when I said this was all of the main build. Obviously, you get these cute little side builds. One is a lamp post, which is nice, I guess. And then there's this little mailbox, which does play a crucial part in the show. Max leaves a note for Holly to find in there. We have talked about the set, we talked about the minifigs, we have not talked about the vehicles. Let's do the worst one first. I really don't like this one because it's really thin, it's only 6 wide. And we have Speed Champions now, all of them are 8 wide, and those cars look fantastic. I get it, some of you love this scale, I don't. I think detail over scale. And I mean, how do you defend that only one minifig can fit in here? How does that relate to scale? But yeah, it's Steve's BMW. I like the color. It is good that they included this car. It does play a role in the show, I understand that, but I like the other one much better. Maybe it's because Adam Grabowski designed it. You know, we are Adam Grabowski Ultras on this channel. The van itself looks really cool. I like that we get this vehicle for this season. There was a rumor before the set was revealed, or leaked rather, that we get the WSQK radio station as a build, which I would also have liked. Obviously, this is important to this season. What's unfortunate is the amount of sticker usage on this car. Basically everything that's cool on it is a sticker. This is a sticker, this is a sticker. This over here, these colors, this is brick build, which is cool. By the way, these are the Hobbit windows from the Shire set. Also cool, but again, more stickers. 3 stickers in the front, look at that. I don't see that. Is that necessary? I don't even think that looks particularly good. I would have been fine with just a WSQK sticker in the middle, right? The number plates on the car, both sides actually also stickers. Who would have thought? The blue one as well as the yellow one. You can remove this antenna and put it on to Steve's car. If you have seen the show, then yeah, at some point that happens. And yeah, okay, cool, I guess. It's nice that you can do that. You can open up the van, but I don't recommend it because it's really disappointing. There's not really anything inside other than the one measly print they gave us for the controls in front of the steering wheel. That's a print. At least you can put 2 minifigs in there for a 6 wide vehicle. That's pretty good. However, I would have liked to see both of them 8 stud wide with proper detail. I think that would have done a lot for the set overall, for the value, the volume of stuff that you are getting. And you are getting too many stickers for this. You get a lot of minifigs. 13, that is a lot, but they're just not good enough. And I find that very disappointing. I still like the set overall. Would I recommend this set at its current MSRP? Without the GWP, absolutely not. I think you should definitely wait for a discount. I think you will get one, even if it's just 2x points, but don't get ripped off. Don't give Lego full retail on this set. It just has too many flaws to justify that. If you like this video, please be so kind as to leave a like down there. Leave a comment. Do you think we should be getting more Stranger Things sets? Do you want more? Or are you happy with just the Brickheads? Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye. Welcome to my ant car. This is just a hangout. Yeah, I'm a crank that shit. Bro, that's so damn loud. It's nothing but a little intermission. Enjoy these soothing bars of utter indecision. Buddy people, you can trust me. It's an ant card. I know all those fire jokes and get you saying hard. It's an ant card. This shit ain't some voodoo, bro. I know you want to stay, but it's time for you to go.